How do we turn it on? Just turn it on? Seats, we get started. Okay. Everyone take their seats, we can get started. Yeah, he's there.
We got a couple of.
Yep, Bob back. Bob, how are you? I'm Mike McNeil.
Mike, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I want to get the mayor up here, right?
Yeah.
What are we doing with this here? All right, Mike? Yeah.
Welcome everyone. We're going to start the event in about 1 minute once we get sorted here. Okay. Good morning to everyone here, and for those watching the live stream on our YouTube channel, and thanks to all the media who took the time out to cover today's event. I'm Mike McNeil, the Executive Director of the San Francisco Glens Soccer Club, and I first want to welcome all of you here as we're excited to finally announce that today we'll be breaking ground on our new facility right here at Treasure Island in the middle of the San Francisco Bay. It's been a long road to get to this point, not only for the Glens as a club, but also for San Francisco soccer community. A lot of people don't know that the beautiful game has been played in the city for 120 years. And after all these great teams and players have passed through, we're making history as the first club to ever build a facility to call our own. But this didn't happen overnight. This milestone day is the result of years and years of planning of several like-minded people who dared to believe in something bigger than themselves, who have sacrificed their time and energy and a collective effort to blaze a trail and push the limits of what can be done and by and for the San Francisco soccer community. As a result, I want to make a few acknowledgments. We'd like to name everyone, but you've all received a card today, which hopefully you'll also see on the screen for the live stream. Excuse me. First, I want to acknowledge those on the forefront who painstakingly worked on the construction team. Last year, 6 big buildings, some of them close to 75 feet high, stood where you're sitting today. Thanks to selfless people like Leo Cassidy, John McCormick, Joe O'Brien of Ace Drilling, Kevin Cassidy, Oshin McCormick, Joe Cassidy of Granite Construction, Ranger Pipeline, and everyone else who lent a hand during demolition. Those buildings have all been fully demolished and cleared to complete phase 1 of our construction plan. Second, I want to acknowledge everyone off the field who have meant so much to us moving forward, thanks to their support at City Hall. Specifically, Mayor London Breed, the Board of Supervisors, as we see Supervisor Dorsey here today, the Treasure Island Development Authority, represented today by Mr. Bob Beck and Mr. Richard Rivetti. Third, I want to acknowledge the greater soccer community. Let's be clear, although this facility will be the home of the San Francisco Glens, we want this to be open for use to other clubs, high schools, colleges, and especially the local residents here at Treasure Island. We're looking forward to forging partnerships and building relationships with the local YMCA across the street, One Treasure Island, and Life Learning Academy next door, among other organizations. Soccer breaks down barriers in some cases, opens doors for others, but above all, has the power to bring everyone together. That's what we envision. This facility being a shining jewel to unify the city through the beautiful game as we approach the 2026 World Cup in the Bay Area. That said, in attendance today, we want to acknowledge Ian Anderson of the San Jose Earthquakes, whose partnership we've really valued, Gabe Root of US Club Soccer, Andy Ferrant and Sean Blakeman of NorCal Premier, Scotty Kober of San Francisco Youth Soccer, Margie Bima and Phil Freed of Sacred Heart Cathedral. We also want to thank Major League Soccer, the USL, University of San Francisco, Academy of Art University, U.S. Soccer Federation, the United Soccer Coaches, and the North American Irish Coaches Association, who are supporting us on the live stream as well. We also want to thank community organizations and sponsors who have been amazing partners over the years, like the Olympic Club Foundation, Target Foundation, the American Academy of Dermatology, Carlsberg Lager, really important, Sports Basement, Liam Reedy of the United Irish Cultural Center, Robert O'Driscoll before, now Mihal Smith and Jen Chadwick of the Consulate General of Ireland, Pat McCormick from Java Beach, Pat McGuire of Java Beach, as well as the European clubs of Celtic FC in Scotland and Holstein Kiel in Germany. Last but not least, I want to acknowledge our club community. Over the past decade since I joined this unique club and incredible community, first as a coach and now as executive director, we've grown into one of the largest, most diverse clubs in San Francisco, with over 1,000 youth and adult players from all zip codes in this city. We also distributed nearly $200,000 of financial aid last year, despite the effects of the pandemic. And now, with a place the Glens family can finally call home, we have the opportunity to take on new challenges for both our youth programs playing at the highest levels, to our adult teams where we have been very clear about our aspirations to move up into the professional ranks. That's a testament to all of our fans, coaches, some of whom are here today, parents, and staff who remain committed to the survival, the growth, and the success of this great club. Today is about you and where we're going together. Dr. Michael McFadden founded this club in 1961 with one goal: to serve and unite the community. As we look forward to another 61 years, we hope that today serves as a catalyst for a golden age, not only for the SF Glens, but for soccer in San Francisco. Thank you, and up the Glens.
Thank you, Mike. Hi, everyone. My name is Ryan Macaniana, and I've been the Director of Communications and Partnerships for the SF Glens here since 2018. I bring that up because 4 years ago, when I first joined this club, Mike pulled me aside and told me he had a 5-year plan. A 5-year plan that was to change the soccer landscape here in San Francisco. Here it is. 1, after years of competing in the local amateur league, the plan was to put a first team in USL League 2, which is the top pre-professional league in America. Second, we were going to get our youth academy into the full pathway for the top youth league in America, now known as MLS Next. 3, we were going to build our own stadium. 4, ultimately, we're going to go full-fledged pro. I thought he was out of his mind, but 4 years later, here we are. 1 is done, 2 is done, we're in the middle of 3, and hopefully we'll be able to do number 4 soon enough. And look, these are all amazing things. Our teams across the board have won a lot of big games. We've sent kids from the academy to college scholarships, and we've seen Glens alumni do great things and go on to the pros and the next level. But you know what number sticks out to me the most? 0. That's the number during the pandemic. Despite all the uncertainty, being unable to play games, being unable to hold practices, our coaches having this as their livelihoods, we didn't lose a single coach during the pandemic. Thanks to some creative ideas and commitment from everyone involved, we were able to keep our entire youth and adult coaching staff intact, together in the worst of times. And that's what makes this club special to me. It's a club that acts like a family, brings different communities and neighborhoods together from all over the city, and stands up for each other through good times and even the tragic ones. We all love this city, and we all love this club. And when you put on that green shirt with the interlocking SF on the chest, you learn what it stands for. So that's how we got here today. Nonprofit clubs like ours aren't supposed to be dreaming big like this, but the San Francisco Glens are different. We are not afraid to accept a challenge. Our next speaker knows all about what makes this city tick. Having grown up in the Western Addition, graduated from Galileo High School, and later earned a master's degree from my mom's alma mater of USF. We're humbled to have had her support from the beginning when she attended our very first game in USL League 2 on the adult side, and on the youth side, lent her name to our SF Mayor's Cup tournament. Now we can't wait to have her at our very first kickoff right here at Treasure Island, here in the future. Everyone, please give a warm welcome to the Mayor of the City and County of San Francisco, the Honorable London Breed.
Well, thank you. And first of all, it is so great to be here on Treasure Island. And every time I come back here, I see so many new things happening. Some of you may not know, I worked here for about 5 years for the Treasure Island Development Authority. And I really didn't think some of this was going to happen. It was taking so long to get all the resources for the cleanup. The Bay Bridge got finished before some of the projects here got finished. And the fact that you all are here today to open this field, to break ground on what is going to be a beautiful new recreation space, not just for the Glens, but for people here in San Francisco, is extraordinary. And I am just putting in my plug, Bob Beck, to make this permanent, because we need fields like this. We need recreational space like this. Just what it's going to do in terms of the world of soccer is going to be, or football, okay, whichever you prefer, is going to be extraordinary. I do want to take this opportunity to especially give a shout out to the SF Glens, because we know that this is not just a team that's been in existence for over 60 years. This is a team that is, of course, enthusiastic about the game, but also enthusiastic about making a difference, enthusiastic about giving back. And I know John and Leo Cassidy started the Youth League in 2011 as a way to ensure that young people have an opportunity to learn about the sport and to play and to enjoy it and to grow in it. And so I'm really glad to see what this sport is doing for the next generation of soccer enthusiasts. And I'm excited to see the investments that the Glens are making in this, what will be a world-class field with spectator places and other things for people to enjoy. I want to tell you all a quick story, because I feel probably mostly responsible for the reason why FIFA is coming to the Bay Area. And let me tell you why. The chair of the committee and I, there was a whole host committee, but I made sure that I sat next to the chair. I found out he was a wine enthusiast. So I got him like the best bottle of wine from the restaurant, one that is a part of my private stash that I don't tell most people about. And he was so impressed with that wine. I told him, I said, if this wine doesn't make you come to the Bay Area and to San Francisco, I don't know what will. And so when I think about the fact that FIFA's coming in 2026 to the Bay Area, this field is going to be a shining jewel that people will enjoy and hopefully use for their practices and for other things. This is going to put San Francisco officially on the map in the soccer world like nothing else. So it means a lot that you are all investing your time and your resources into making such a dynamic and amazing project happening. And I, for one, can't wait until you put in the grandstand so I can sit and watch some of the great games that are going to be here. And you know what? The win is just a part of San Francisco. We know it. This is what you practice in, so get used to it since we're out here right now. It'll be a great place to play. It'll be a great place to see wonderful views. And my hope is that this will be a great place that will be a permanent shining jewel for San Francisco. I really want to give a shout out to the Glens again for reaching out to the surrounding community, to some of the great entities that are here, including the YMCA, One Treasure Island, which works with homeless families and veterans, and especially one of my favorite organizations in the city, the Life Learning Academy. And we know that Terry Delane is here with the executive director of the organization, has been there from the beginning. If you don't know about what this program does for kids, I hope that you learn through making sure that they have access to this extraordinary program, which we know consists of a diverse group of young people in San Francisco. We appreciate you. We look forward to this field, and I'm hoping to come out to the first game as soon as the opportunity presents itself. Thank you especially, because I know there's a lot of board members, a lot of people who are involved in making it possible, but John and Leo have been the people that have kept my office connected to this project and to all the things that the Glens do. In fact, I brought out my vintage scarf here to just demonstrate how long I've been involved in supporting and working with the Glens. So let's go, let's get it done, and thank you all so much for being here.
Thank you, Mayor Breed. Our next speaker represents the newly redrawn District 6, which encompasses Soma, Mission Bay, East Cut, and of course, Treasure Island. With the island the site of our new home, we're looking forward to building our relationship with him and working together to be a positive force for both the neighborhood and its residents. Please give a warm welcome to our District 6 Supervisor, Matt Dorsey.
Thank you so much, everybody. It is great to be here, and I think this week is the 4-month anniversary of me being on the Board of Supervisors. Thank you, Mayor Breed, for the honor and privilege of getting to represent District 6 neighborhoods, and especially Treasure Island. I will say I was here this weekend to meet with some residents, and I realized this is the coolest spot in San Francisco, in a sweltering city. What a joy it is to be here, and it is right now. Every time I come out here and see things being built, it makes me really excited for what's ahead. Our city is going to be doing some really ambitious things over the next 8 years to build 82,000 units of housing citywide, and it's going to be about 8,000 units of housing right here on the island. And having recreational facilities like this is part of a high-quality public realm that is really going to shape the city, and it's so exciting to be a part of that. There was one event I was at that it was one of my favorite events. I love going to graduations, and there was a graduation for some young people who got some training certification in construction trades. And it was here on Treasure Island, and I had the opportunity to speak to them and to hand out some certificates. And I thought I would use the opportunity to explain to them, even though it wasn't a groundbreaking on these projects, that there will be you'll have to put a pile of dirt together. And you'll have a bunch of politicians show up. For no particular reason, they're going to put hard hats on, because there is zero chance that anything's going to hit any of them in the head. They're going to shovel exactly one shovel of dirt and then get credit for actually doing some work on this. And I said, just go with it, because these are the colleagues I need to convince to approve these projects and to do all the work that Mayor Breed and I are trying to do to bring housing and to bring these facilities to our communities. So it's great to be a part of this, and I love being part of groundbreakings, and this is what I hope will be one of hundreds to come. Up the Glens. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, and congratulations to the soccer community in San Francisco.
Thank you, Supervisor Dorsey. Years ago, when members of our board began formulating this idea to build our own facility, we knew that our construction plan would have to be comprehensive and clear. To have the trust and support of the Treasure Island Development Authority, also known as TIDA, culminate in being unanimously approved to build the facility here was a humbling moment for us, of which we are very grateful. We will not let you down. Our next speaker is the director of TIDA. Please welcome Mr. Bob Beck.
Thank you all. I just really wanted to recognize the initiative and the effort that the SF Glens are bringing to the table to make this happen. As Mike mentioned during his comment, there were a number of structures that were on this site when the Navy left. But the Navy didn't leave these facilities in habitable, useful condition. And over the last 25 years, their condition did not improve. But the SF Glens saw this as an opportunity to remove those blighted structures from the island and bring to the community an asset years in advance of when our development program was scheduled to deliver that. This is a portion of what will be the future 22-acre sports and recreation site on Treasure Island, but that's part of the fourth major phase of development and won't be constructed until 2030 or later. And so the entrepreneurial spirit that the Glens management team and board of directors brought to the island to remove these facilities and deliver a program space to the public for recreational opportunities, it's just a testament to what community involvement can deliver, and really wanted to recognize the Glens and their board. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Beck. Again, I have to refer everyone to the outstanding renderings you can see over there from OPA Architects, which you can see right over there, as I said, as well as online at sfglens.com/next chapter. I also want to acknowledge the original renderings, which were done by our good friend back in Bilbao, Aritz Mugu. Some of the features of this new facility, for those who don't know: a FIFA certified pitch, 3 smaller fields, a clubhouse with locker rooms, media room, offices, a modular grandstand with 1,500 seats to start, a press area, scoreboard, lights, concessions, team storage, and of course, the best view to watch a game right here in America. And as we enter this next phase of construction, we will be aggressively seeking both a naming rights partner and jersey partner, so please contact us at info@sfglens.com, because seeing is believing, and looking around today, it's really happening. Our next speakers really need no introduction when it comes to this club. Both members of the board of directors, they have been absolutely instrumental in making today a reality. And when I say their leadership style is hands-on, I mean it. With construction, their expertise, they've been here at this site day in and day out, working those machines behind you onto your side, tearing things down, brick by brick. But this has been no ordinary job for them. This has been a labor of love, an expression of everything they feel about this club. So please join me in welcoming first Mr. John McCormick, followed by Mr. Leo Cassidy.
We're on. So, oh, this thing is blown off.
The stage over there.
Move the stage this way, no? Is it worse? As you all probably know, I'm not a great speaker, and I'm blind as a bat, so I have to put my glasses on. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Treasure Island, the new home of the San Francisco Glens Soccer Club. San Francisco Glens have been around the Bay Area for 60 plus years, and we are very proud to represent San Francisco, our great city, every time we put on that jersey and go on that field. When I first joined the San Francisco Glens over 30 years ago, first as a player, then as a coach, then as a youth coach, and then helping to form the youth program with my very good friend Leo Cassidy, who sits beside us. I am now the current president of this great soccer team, and it's an honour to be the president. Over the years, I've witnessed firsthand why this club means so much to the people of our community, not club, but community. Like the founder, Doc Joe McFadden, RIP, legendary coach Neil Hagan, RIP, Sean Shannon, Mary Casey, and countless other people who have put time and effort into this great club. In 30 years I've been involved in this soccer club, I've watched our tremendous growth. From one adult soccer team on a Sunday playing out at Balboa Park to 4 adult teams currently, and 75 plus both boys and girls team. And on any weekend you can walk around San Francisco and watch SF Glens kids play on soccer fields all over the city. We are the largest and most diverse soccer club in San Francisco. This is something we take very, very much pride in. I would like to extend my appreciation to all the volunteers, and you know who you are. You've been out here Saturdays, Sundays, weekends, non-stop. To people who've tirelessly fundraised for us and have helped this field become a reality. Thank you very, very much from the bottom of our hearts. My hope going forward is this new soccer field, the San Francisco Glens soccer field, will become the field of dreams, where the sky has no limits for all kids, both boys and girls, and they can realise their full potential. Up the Glens.
How y'all, Leo Cassidy. I'm going to talk a bit about the construction end of it, from the architects to the engineers. They've done a fantastic job and laying it out. Luke, and acknowledge Luke, your hand up. Put up your hand there, Luke. Great job. And the board of directors here in the front row, stand up, boys. These boys have been working so hard behind the scenes. There's so many people that haven't been acknowledged, you know, that are constantly working. We never stop. We've never stopped since we started in 2010. And we got these two individuals here, especially these two. Mike McNeil, stand up please for a second. Mike joined us in 2012 and he has done an amazing job. If you look at the growth of our club, it's to do with the hard work. He always says to me, do we do so much than any of these other clubs do? We do. We keep going. We go on forever. And then our marketing director here and goes above and beyond. He's just had a baby. Congratulations! Just very short time ago, and he does a fabulous job. If anybody has seen our marketing, and to all the construction guys, my brother Joe Cassidy. To all the Treasure Island team, Rich Rivetti helped us in 2008. We've done the same thing for the GAA fields here, 14 acres of fields here in 2008. Rich Rivetti was here then, he's still here. I don't know how long more he's going to be here, but he never gets acknowledged. And Rich, you know, we really appreciate you and your team, and Bob, you and your team as well. And that's pretty much it. Look, we're very excited. We're not too far away. We're about 6 months away. As you can see, there's a little bit going on. And you know, thank you very much, and thank you for coming. Thank you. Oh yeah, John is going to do that. John, you're up for that.
So I don't need my glasses for this one, but anyway, there's when we started out this project, we had an idea years ago, and eventually it was brought to our attention that we could build this here. So Leo and I got together with Mike and a few other people and Ryan and others, and we said, hey, you know what, let's go for it. But the amount of work we did was unbelievable. We took buildings down, took buildings up, took swimming pools out, put swimming pools back in. It was unbelievable. There's trucks coming and going, But the one goal that kept me pretty much going all along was, I made a promise to a guy a few years ago, and the promise was, if I got a chance to build a field, I would, for this guy's kid passed away of cancer, and it meant a lot to me to do it. But that's the one thing that kept me going, was the fact that I could actually name a field after this kid. And this guy, he was involved in our club for years. His name is Pat Maguire. He's sitting behind you there with the cap on.
Bring him up, John.
Pat, come on up. So you can see the renderings over there. There's going to be 3 small fields, and one of them will be the Kevin Maguire Memorial Field. It will be named after Pat's kid. But that's one of the things that kept us going through this whole thing. Go, you say a few words. Say a few words.
Well, yeah, I don't know. It's hard. I wasn't expecting this to be up here, but yeah, just so grateful to the Glens, to everybody here, that Kevin's fields, little fields, microfields will be built, and yeah, just what a great club. Thank you to the mayor and everybody, Leo and everybody, Mike McNeil, everybody who put this club together. You know, I've been part of the Glens since I was a little kid. You know, I was a youngster going to the Glens games with my dad, and we'd watch the Glens play at Balboa Park, and just be able to be a part of this. I'm really grateful, and really that's all I have to say is my gratitude to all of you. So thank you.
We're We also have a little surprise as well. There are 2 other small-sided fields, training fields that we'll be building if you look at the renderings later. And we're proud to announce that the second field will be named the London and Breed Memorial Field. And for the residents of Treasure Island, especially because we're so grateful that they've welcomed us into their community, the third field will be the Treasure Island Community Field. I have one more speaker to introduce. He definitely bleeds green and white, and it's also because he's not just a board member. I know that Huxley is probably watching this. I hope he didn't, play hooky to watch the stream. But if he does, his dad's going to come up here and say a few words. Our executive board member, Roderick Jones.
Hello everybody. As I'm the last speaker, I think it's incumbent on me to be very quick, so I will be. Listening to John and Leo and Pat, who I've had the pleasure to meet and work with since my son has been in the club, which is more than 8 years now. I was just reminded of the phrase that of all the things that aren't important, soccer is the most important of those things. And I think that phrase was top of mind, particularly during the pandemic, and it was also top of mind listening to John and talk about Pat. So another phrase that came to mind was that's overused in the game is we're more than a club, but I think the Glens truly are. And I keep saying it all the time, and I'm going to say it again today, that we have a child from every zip code in San Francisco playing for our team. And in a period of social division and inequality, that mission is what drives me and has kept me involved in the Glens and drives all of us who are involved in it. I think the power of sport to create social cohesion and to create good outcomes for people is incredible. So the groundbreaking today is representative of the continuation of that mission, and I know we all believe in that. And sitting here listening to all the speakers, I believe that is consistent across all of us. So, as I said, I was the last speaker. I've been quick. Can't thank everyone enough who's been involved in it, particularly John and Leo for their leadership and bravery in taking on this project. And up the Glens. Thank you.
Thank you, Roderick. That concludes the speaking portion for today. But before we move on to the final shovels in the ground, I'd like to say if you want to get involved in helping us raise funds for this massive project, you can purchase Founders Bricks with your personalized message on them either at the registration table or online at sfglens.com/dreambig. It's all hands on deck, so every dollar helps. One more announcement, in case you missed it. The San Jose Earthquakes MLS Next Pro team will come here to San Francisco this Friday at 6 p.m. when they take on Real Monarchs at Negoesco Stadium on the USF campus. The Glens, in partnership with the Quakes, will host operations for the game, so please support our club by getting tickets at Ticketmaster.com. Now that's out of the way, on to the groundbreaking and shovels in the dirt. Can everyone please head down to the mound in front of the stage?
Oh, it's easy, believe me.
Are we ready?
Hold it up in the air. One more.
Okay.
All right, everybody.
Stones in the first.
4, 3, 2, okay, go.
And this is going to give us a huge boost in terms of creating that environment.
I think it's a good community to come into because everyone gets along very well and there's a lot of different opportunities that the Glens can give you. It's a very exciting club to be a part of.
I think I've gotten way better being with the Glens and I'm hoping I can stay with them.
My goal is to become a soccer player when I grow up. That's my dream.
Ever since I joined, I was always welcome. So I always think of it like that. You have to welcome other people.
For me and for the coaches that I've worked with, building community, that's something that we talk about a lot.
We have amazing coaches. And now I'm going to MLS next.
Like many, I think, played with a number of clubs in the city. They all have different, good attributes, and we liked the ambition of the Glens, quite frankly.
The facility project that we have at Treasure Island is imperative to meet the ambitions of the club.
I feel like that would give me another opportunity because more people would come there now that the Glens would have their own stadium, so I think more scouts would come there.
The facility to us represents, the ability for the Glens to think big and to think about the next level and really truly model themselves after what has really worked well in other parts of the world.
When we speak about creating an environment, a club environment, you do want to have your own space, and this is going to give us a huge boost in terms of creating that environment that is specific to the Glens community.
If you love soccer, why not be together?
The goal here at the club is to be able to raise private donations. Where that money goes to is directly into building the facility. We're going to have a state-of-the-art 11v11 full-size soccer field. We'll be able to have 2 99 fields on that as well. We want to have 2 practice fields off to the side. as well as a futsal court. So being able to use that money and build something that we can call a home for our youth club, our first team players, and for the larger community is something that we think is very, very important. We are unbelievably excited for this next step in the history of our club, but it won't happen without your help. Go to the website below to learn about our great donation opportunities. Again, thank you so much for being a part of our community, and up the Glens.
Up the Glens. Up the Glens.
Up the Glens.
Up the Glens.